everyone, it's Amanda Marie, and today I'm going to be talking about what I eat in a typical day, including breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and my water intake, and about how many calories I take in a day on a typical day when I'm at home. I am by no means saying that this is perfect or that I don't have days that I eat other things that are more would be considered junk food. There are days like that, of course, in my life, but for the most part, this is what I eat when I'm at home. So we're gonna go ahead and start with breakfast. And I will say that most days I start my day with a cup of coffee. I drink between 1 and 3 cups of coffee a day. Generally it's 2. Once in a while it's 3. And sometimes it's 1, but it's almost always 2, 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. And my coffee, I usually do a French press dark roast coffee with some kind of cream and some kind of sweetener. Typically that would be coconut sugar or honey, and as for the cream, sometimes I'll go with a half and half, sometimes I'll go with a plant-based creamer. So that's kind of what I start my day with. I know that that might not be what people would consider the most healthy or the best thing. I will tell you, I am addicted to coffee. So that's what I start with. And sometimes I will start with some water, but most of the time it is straight into the coffee and then a glass of water. And for breakfast, I am more of somebody who likes savory foods. I rarely have something sweet for breakfast. I usually start my day with something like a potato bowl, which I did a video about a potato bowl in one of my What's in my kitchen videos, and I'll go ahead and link that below in the description box so you can see how I make that. Other breakfasts that I really like are a tofu veggie scramble, and sometimes I just do veggies too, and add some nuts and seeds in there. And the other one I really like is like a ramen with lots of veggies in it. And so that's kind of my typical breakfast. And to go on to what I like for lunch, I usually will have like a chili or a soup of some kind. Another thing I like is a pasta or a rice bowl or a rice and veggie dish. Those are the typical things I like for lunch. And then for dinner, a lot of times I'll have tacos, or I'll do a potato and veggie plate. Sometimes I'll do a shepherd's pie or a stuffed pepper. So all of these meals that I'm mentioning are all interchangeable for me. They're all things that I like at any time of day. Like I would eat pasta for breakfast, I would eat tacos for breakfast, and I do. I'm just saying typically this is kind of the way I lay it out in a day. And then as for my snacks, I almost always eat fruit. I love carrots, cucumbers, nuts and seeds. I'll add nuts and seeds with some of those. I also like dried fruit. So typically, as for dessert, I don't often eat dessert. I usually will just kind of have a piece of fruit later, and that will be what I would consider dessert. If I do have dessert and I've planned out to make something, then I have a whole entire cookbook which explains that. It's called Dessert First if you're interested, and it's available on Amazon. And I will tell you that typically I don't eat dessert. Even though I do love it and it is fun, but I would say it's something I do sometimes. Only because I just kind of want to get in and out of the kitchen, and even though my desserts are relatively fast, a lot of times I don't make dessert. And then as for my water intake, it really depends on how much fruit and vegetables I've had for the day, because I don't drink when I'm not thirsty. So if I just drink when I'm thirsty. So I would tell you that it's between, I'd say, 3 mason jars of water to 8 mason jars of water. It just depends on the day. So I will go ahead and tell you approximately how much that is. And yeah, that's about it. It's pretty simple. I keep everything pretty simple. And if you have your ideas and would like to add to this, feel free to comment below. Tell me about what works for you, and if any of these ideas were helpful to you, and if you have any go-to recipes or snacks that you love during the day. So that's it for today, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye.